Hi guys, I'm Ryan Houston and welcome to my fly tying channel. The channel contains hundreds of different videos catering from beginners right through to the more advanced tyers and covering flies and patterns from all around the world. If you like what you see, stick around until the end of the video where generally you'll find the pattern description, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Let's get on with the show.
Hi guys, welcome back. So tonight what we're going to do is tie a Shipmans buzzer, Claret Shipmans buzzer. So they're unusual. You'd wonder how they're like an over-exaggerated buzzer, a dry buzzer that sort of sits in the surface film, but they can be really effective. So this is a B170, a Camazon B170. So you want a light wire hook so that because you're tying a fly that's going to sit in the surface film, we don't want something that's going to sink. So something along the lines of this. This is a size 12. Now I've caught fish on size 8s down to size 18s on them, but generally I'd be sort of tying them in a 12, 14, maybe a 16. So I'm going to use a black 6/0 thread. This one's Textreme. I'm going to put a base of thread onto my hook, and then I'm going to come back to the front eye here. So feature of this fly, what makes the Shipman, is that it has this supporting antron. So I've got this white stretchy antron here, and I'm going to tie that in right behind the eye. Leave it sticking out the front, then I'm going to stretch this back and start to tie it backwards. So at this point I'm going to tie in my rib. So the rib I'm going to use is just pearl. So I'm using pearl crystal flash because it can be wrapped as a rib as well, but just pearl tinsel if you want. So I'll stretch both back then, and that saves me adding an extra run of wraps to tie in the tinsel. So leave all this hanging out the back. Next, what I want to do is tie the body. So I'm going to tie a Claret. I'm using some Claret seals fur. Don't have seals fur, use synthetic dubbing, whatever you want. And as I said, you can tie this fly in a range of colours. The simplest version of it is just to tie seals fur the whole way, but I tend to put a thorax on them. So what I'll do is I'll wrap the seals fur, and I'm not trying to make it tight because the idea of this thing is it's going to be a dry fly. It's going to catch the surface film and float, so we want it to be sort of shaggy a little bit. Then I'll take my rib and rib that seals fur portion, 5 or 6 wraps, tie it in at the front, fold it back for extra security, and cut it off. So like I said, most of them straight seals fur the whole way through. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little thorax on of like hare's ear, so a little bit of a contrast in colour. And to me, buzzers etc. have segmented bodies, so I've dubbed on a little bit of that, and then I'm going to just create thorax of that, wrap it on until I come into the front here, pull back the antron and go in front of it, a couple of wraps. That's only to position your thread in front. We don't really want a big head. And then I'm going to finish that off. So you can use a whip finish tool. I tend to put on a series of more than one half hitch. Thinking behind that is if one gives, there's still one below it to hold. So the fly is tied. What I want to do then is to secure the wrappings. So what we're going to do with that is a little tiny bit of varnish, or you could use super glue, but we're going to try not to get too much of it into the antron because it would wick. So we just want to touch the wraps of our head. Set that aside, and then we're going to trim these off. So I'm just going to pull this, come in behind. Now a lot of them you'll see when you buy them, there's this sort of length. Now yes, that will help the thing float, but I don't think it's very natural, so I tend to cut mine maybe a little bit shorter, and I also tend to have it shorter at the head than I do at the rear. And that is our fly tie. So that's a little Claret Shipman. As you can see, these sort of fibres of seals fur sticking out. I don't like the very long ones, but I don't mind it being a little bit shaggy, and you can, if you want, brush it out to make it float a little bit more, but that's my version of Shipman. So hopefully you liked the video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, check out all the other videos on the channel, and until next time, tight lines, and thanks for watching.